Good morning, this is Sentinel's RV/GCR Daily Brief. Your daily read on the dinar, the dong, and the whole GCR. Truman Vale, and it's Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. Look, I'll be honest, yesterday we were all watching that Monday-Tuesday notification window everybody was hoping for. Here we still are. But there's genuinely big news this morning, and the chatter has rolled forward, so let me tell you what's new, what people are hoping for now, and what we're actually watching from here. Yesterday's recap, where we stand yesterday, the community was lit up over a couple of things. First, the bond story. Word had been going around for days that bond holders were supposedly getting 1% of their payout on Friday the 10th, rolling east to west, Asia already underway. That call got a lot of air. Second, new forex rates were supposed to change Sunday night, with Tier 4B notifications expected Monday or Tuesday and exchanges potentially starting Wednesday the 15th. Monday came and went. Tuesday morning, no emails, same rate screens, we hold it loosely. But here's what is new and real. Iraq's Prime Minister Ali al-Zaidi touched down at Andrews Air Force Base yesterday morning, 9:50 a.m. Eastern, and he's spending this week in Washington. Meetings with President Trump, meetings with Treasury, energy and investment deals on the table. The community is calling this week a tipping point for Iraq's monetary reforms, and honestly, it's the most concrete thing we've seen in a while. So let's dig in. The Iraqi dinar, Iraq's DC week. The dinar chatter this morning is all about this Washington trip. Prime Minister al-Zaidi is here for the week. Official agenda says economic partnership, investment frameworks, energy sector development, and what they're calling the transition from crisis management to long-term economic cooperation, with the U.S. high-level meetings all week long. The thinking going around is this. Iraq has been working through cabinet formation and reform rollout for months, and this trip is being framed as the end of a long bridge. Major trade agreements reportedly getting signed this week, which, so the story goes, clears the path for Iraq to finish the cabinet and move to what they're calling the next stage. One voice in the community has been saying for days that a rate change is very close, and that Iraq will complete the cabinet after the delegation gets back from Washington. That's the key step to the next phase. Now there's also chatter that the de-dollarization process officially kicked off on the 10th, that the dinar has started gaining against the dollar in street markets, slight upward movement directional. And that Trump is expected to discuss the dinar's movements on the global market scale during these meetings. Take all of that with a grain of salt. It's intel and opinion, not headline news, but the Washington meetings are real, the timing is real, and people are watching it closely. One other detail worth knowing, the Central Bank of Iraq issued new directives last week regulating cash withdrawals of U.S. dollar deposits and incoming foreign remittances. Those regulations take effect tomorrow, July 15th. Some in the community see that as another piece of the de-dollarization puzzle. We'll see. The dong and the zim dong quiet this morning. No rate movement, no dedicated chatter. If something breaks, I'll tell you tomorrow. Zim, the only thing making the rounds is a repeat of yesterday's call, that the zim is earmarked for humanitarian needs and that Wednesday exchanges might start. We've heard Wednesday before. If it happens, you'll know. If it doesn't, we're not losing our heads over it. The story of the day: bonds, Tier 4B, and Wednesday. All right, here's the thread everybody's watching. Bonds rolling, Tier 4B releasing, and exchanges starting Wednesday the 15th. Let me walk you through what's actually being said and where it stands. The bond story has been building for days. The claim going around is that bond-related exchanges have officially started, that bond holders were supposed to receive 1% of their payout this past Friday, and that the rollout is moving east to west with Asia already begun. That call got traction over the weekend. A lot of people heard it, a lot of people believed it. As of this morning, we don't have independent confirmation that any of that actually happened. It's still in the we're hearing category. Then there's the Tier 4B piece. The chatter is that Tier 4B should be released anytime this week, that things have officially started for bonds, so 4B is up next. One version of the story says new rates were supposed to change on the Forex Sunday night, notifications go out Monday or Tuesday, exchanges start Wednesday. Another version says if Indian Nations funding and bonds wrap up this week, and Indian Nations is reportedly at 80% completion, then the Admirals Group goes, and redemption announcements follow within hours or a few days. And then there's the Wednesday call specifically, exchanges potentially starting tomorrow, July 15th. Wells Fargo supposedly sending emails worldwide to currency and bond holders about redemption appointments. Use the redemption centers, not the banks, that's the advice making the rounds. Here's my take, and I say this as somebody who has been refreshing the same screens and hearing the same this week language for a long time. All of this is intel rumor, and in some cases genuinely educated hope off real news. It might be true, it might not be. Historically, and I'm just being honest with you, the specific timing hasn't panned out the way it's been described. So let's stay on top of it, let's watch it, let's be ready, but let's hold it with a grain of salt and not get too excited or too disappointed over any one piece of it. We watch so we can be smart, not so we lose our heads. Now look, you didn't have to wait for me to tell you any of this. If you'd already grabbed the free app and turned on notifications for, say, Tier 4B claims or bond updates or Wednesday timing, you would have gotten the ping the second this stuff hit, while the rest of us were still pouring coffee. And if you'd flagged it as a VIP member, which is free right now, costs you nothing to grab while it is, you'd be seeing the alerts power users are watching, the claims that get the most traction, the threads worth following. All of it in one place any hour you want it instead of chasing it across a dozen feeds. I built my whole morning around it. It's free, it's at GCR Sentinel.com, and it's worth getting in on while VIP still costs nothing. Just saying. Today's outlook, what to watch. So what are we actually watching today? 3 things. 1. Iraq's meetings in Washington. Real, scheduled, high level. If any joint statements come out of those meetings, anything about economic frameworks, investment, monetary coordination, we'll cover it tomorrow. 2. Tomorrow, July 15th. That Wednesday exchange call is out there. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, we're not circling back to score it. We're just moving on to what people are saying next. 3. Bond updates. If we get any independent confirmation that payouts have actually started, that's real news and I'll tell you. Until then, it's chatter, and as always, take all of it with a grain of salt. This is intel and opinion, not the gospel. Things change. Nobody truly knows. We stay on top of it so we can make smart, calm decisions, not so we get swept away by any single breathless claim. Sign off. That's it for today, Tuesday, July 14th. I'm Truman Vale, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. And hey, if you want all of this in one place anytime you want it, the app is a free download at GCRSentinel.com. Free access to most of it, free VIP membership right now while it lasts, and free custom notifications so the moment something you care about drops, it's on your phone. You pick the gurus, the currencies, the kinds of claims you want, ignore the rest. It's not in the app stores yet, but it's coming soon. For now, GCRSentinel.com is the place. And VIP member Q&A is coming soon too. You'll be able to send in your questions and I'll answer them right here. Until tomorrow, stay hopeful, stay grounded, and don't let any single call make you lose your head. We're in this together.